Here we go. Here we go.
Yeah. Back at home base. Damn, this weather is wild in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Wow. Wow. I said, yo, what's up, everybody? I'm Amber. This is Amber's Logic. Got a new video for you today. Milwaukee Bucks trades, rumors, and news live edition. Before we get into it, you know the spiel. Comment, like, subscribe, and share the electrifying content with the people. We won 2 in a row, friends and family. Let's go, Bucks Nation. We got a little momentum going into the new year. What else can you ask for? Let's go, Bucks. Salute to the Bucks. On the road against the Charlotte Hornets, pick up a much-needed victory to actually be on an official 2-game winning streak. Let's go, Bucks. We gonna get into the stats and all that, but there's a simple way to break down this game, right? I'm gonna keep it very simple. Then we gonna get into the stats and all that. Shout out to the homie Dre West. He mentioned it in the comment section, and I felt 100% with it. Was that this was a game of runs, right? Like everybody had their moment, right? So we had in the first half, right? Bobby had his moments, and then in the second half, Myles Turner had his moments. But sprinkled in between all of these individual players having their moments, Ryan Reynolds had his moments in the first quarter, right? Sprinkled in between this was Giannis consistently scoring, and that's the difference in this game. This was a series of runs, but within those runs, Giannis was scoring. And that is the difference in this game. Having a Giannis was the difference in this game. Without Giannis, we don't win this game. It's that simple. Without Giannis, we don't win this game. I don't think so. Y'all let me know. But with his scoring, with other people actually chipping in, they were able to have a 10-point victory. With Giannis not having to do so much of the heavy load, with others carrying the weight, which allowed allowed Giannis to score a lot easier. Giannis wasn't pressed to score. He was scoring easily. That spin move was working, taking it to the hoop, dunking at will. It was very easy for him to score when others are chipping in. I just want y'all to pay attention to that. The only reason this game was even close is because our defense is absolutely atrocious. Let's be clear, friends and family. The way we played offensively was fine. The only reason the Hornets were in this game is because of our terrible 3-point defense. We can't guard a chair. Let's be clear. We can't guard a chair. People are targeted like crazy. Bobby, shout out to Bobby. He was hooping today, doing his thing, but on defense, Bobby gets targeted. AJ Green gets targeted. So when these players get targeted that are getting heavy minutes, it really causes problems for the defense. And then they're collapsing, not losing responsibility. Look how many threes the Charlotte Hornets hit in the first half. The Charlotte Hornets hit, I think, 12 threes in the first half, just wide open. And it's not like in the second half they weren't wide open. They were just missing. And we were scoring, obviously, like I said, with Giannis chipping in. Shout out to you, Nelson Rosanna. Appreciate you. New sub. Appreciate you. So I think that's really the difference in this game. If you ask me what happened, it was our players finally chipping in. Players like Bobby dropping over 20. Players like Myles Turner carrying us in the third quarter that allowed Giannis to score much easier and have a huge impact in this game without a lot of strain, if that makes sense to y'all. So just let me know in the comment section. Appreciate everybody tapping in as well. Shout out to friends and family. Shout out to Bucks Nation. I know it's cold as hell here, but I'm glad to be back home. Salute to the mill. Salute to the mill. But aren't y'all happy? I know we can talk about the defense and we can talk about the rebounding, and that's just the team we are. We can't rebound and we don't guard the perimeter well. And I don't even know if it's worth complaining anymore. This is the way we've been playing basketball since Doc Rivers has gotten here, respectfully. I'm not trying to bomb on Doc Rivers. I'm just telling you what's actually happening is that we've always, since he's been here, we've never been a good rebounding team. And teams shoot well for whatever reason on the Bucks. People have career nights from 3 on the Milwaukee Bucks for whatever reason, and a lot of that's been under the head coach Glenn Doc Rivers. Let's be real. What we complain about the same stuff every game. We can't rebound. We don't defend the 3 every game. Y'all let me know a game we didn't say that. And it can't change with the current person we have as a head coach. Let's just keep it real. It's not going to change with the current head coach we have. So that's just something we have to live with and hope that the offense can do enough to win this game. It's like it's not. I mean, how we're doing this for years now, y'all, complaining about rebounding and 3-point defense. Why aren't we guarding the 3? The NBA is only 3-point shooting. How do you not guard the 3? Nothing has changed. So we just got to accept that, and we just need to put the right people on the floor that can score enough points to kind of neutralize how bad we are defensively. And that's the truth. That's the real truth we have to accept. There's no way we can get better under the head coach Doc Rivers defensively. I just can't see how that's possible, y'all. I can't see it. Y'all let me know if I'm tripping. I'm just trying. I'm getting it off early, telling the truth. It is what it is. Like I said, we back home. We back home. Yeah, we back home. Just saying. I'm just saying. Let's get into these numbers though, real quick, y'all. Bucks with a comfortable one. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Bucks with a comfortable 123, 113 win on the road in Charlotte. We won 2 in a row, y'all. Finally something. It was nip and tuck in the first half, and then the Bucks exploded in the third quarter. A big part of that third quarter was Myles Turner chipping in. Then we did enough in the fourth quarter with Giannis closing the game. And I think that's when it's best, when Giannis can close out like that. I love when he's utilized that way, where everyone else is carrying the weight, and then Giannis can come in the fourth quarter and close. I think that's exactly what he did, was close. I think that's exactly what he did. So shout out to Giannis and the Bucks. Giannis popped in with 24 points in 25 minutes. I like the minutes that Giannis is playing. Even if it's on minute restrictions, I think this is how many minutes he should be playing, unless it's under duress and we really need him. He should only be playing 25 minutes. We should have enough offense on this team where he should only play that. I'm being real. We have to protect Giannis from himself. We have to. That's enough. He don't need to score 40 points. We should have enough talent on this team. If he's giving us 25, 30, that should be enough. We need other players to step up. That should be enough. Period. I'm not arguing with nobody. Look at the players we paying and what they can do. It should be enough. Myles Turner, great game today. A lot of that damage done in the third quarter that really helped us stretch that lead. So I want to give props to Myles Turner, 23 points. Kevin Porter with actually a bounce back performance, 38 minutes, 15 points. I thought he played well. 5 rebounds, 11 assists, and what was really good, look at that, y'all. Let's give him his love. Only 1 turnover from Kevin Porter Jr. I felt he played very under control and within himself. I didn't see any bad shots, bad decisions. I thought he played very polished and as my man Mr. Cool would say, professional basketball. Let's give props to KPJ. Y'all bomb on him when he get the 7 turnovers. He played smart basketball today, facilitated that. Hey, let's give that man his credit. AJ Green really didn't play well to me today at all. I don't think he needed to play 27 minutes. He just didn't have it. He just didn't have it tonight. Just that's it. He didn't have it. Ryan Rollins, not his best performance. He played crazy today. Ryan Rollins was, I don't know what he was on. Like, he had some wild turnovers. You jumping and passing randomly and it just going to the sideline. Like, I don't know what he was on today. I don't know what he was on. I don't know what he was on. But bad game to me from Ryan Rollins, only 13 points. He 3 turnovers as well, led the team in turnovers, and they was all crazy. But my MVP today, as much as I bomb on him, but here on Amber's Logic, we tell the truth. Bobby Portis was the MVP today, no doubt about it. Bobby Portis withstood some of these runs from the Charlotte Hornets individually and helped us win this game. I thought his hold on one second, y'all. I thought his performance was most important to the team today to win this game. He chipped in with 25 points and 5 of 7 from 3 with a stretch where Bobby, I think that was fourth quarter, he hit the 3 straight threes. That was ill. That was ill, friend. I was like, wow. Bobby was on a heater today. And Bobby, when he's on a heater, he looks special. When Bobby is on a heater, Bobby be looking special when he on a heater. Oh, he looks special. You almost don't notice the defense. You almost don't notice. But shout out to my man B Shaq. We still tell the truth. That man's still a turnstile on defense. Shout out to B Shaq. He's still a turnstile. I ain't gonna let him live. Kyle Kuzma did not play his best basketball today. I'm not gonna make no excuses. He coozed the whole game today. He had one, but let's not. I saw people like, trade Kuz. This is what I'm talking about. Y'all don't let nobody have no bad games. Sometimes you just have a bad game. If you look at his body of work this year, there's been way more good than bad. And he got dunked on today. Let's please show a little patience with Kyle Kuzma, okay? He had a bad game, y'all. We don't need to trade him. He's been playing well. Look at his body, his work. It was a bad game. I agree. It was a bad game from Kyle Kuzma. Jericho Sims pretty much was a DNP. Only played 2 minutes. I thought Gary Harris gave us some good minutes, 1 or 2 from 3. Like, hey, I'm always a proponent of Gary Harris. If somebody ain't playing well, I always say throw in Gary Harris. Just throw him in. He'll at least not mess up too much. He can steady the ship, hit a couple open shots. He's a professional. Shout out to Mr. Cool. Shout out to Mr. Cool. Hey, Gary Trent Jr., all right, he only had 9 points, but at least he was 3 of 6 from 3. So shout out to the Bucks for that. We did shoot over 50%, and look at that, right around what I like to see, 30 assists. That means we were getting ball movement. And I saw some possessions where we had excellent ball movement that led to open threes. I do want to give the Bucks credit for that. I definitely want to give them credit for that. I did see some excellent possessions of ball movement. And I also want to give us credit, you guys, for something that's even most impressive today. Let's really give a round of applause to the Milwaukee Bucks for protecting the basketball. It don't even matter about the Charlotte Hornets stats. You know what I'm saying? They lost. They got hot from three in the first half. They weren't in the second half, and that's why they lost. I'm about to get him no shine. Yeah, Brandon Miller and them got busy. Let's talk about the Bucks. We on the 2-game winning streak. Don't matter what they did. They weak. We got them up out of here on their home court. Let's go Bucks. But what I'm impressed about, y'all, the most impressive stat of the game is this right here: 8 turnovers. The Bucks protected the basketball today. Only 8 turnovers. We must give credit where credit's due. That is impressive. Let me repeat. Please look. Only 8 turnovers and 9 steals. We had more steals than turnovers. That's a winning formula for basketball. That's a winning formula. You're shooting over 50%. We're shooting 86% from the free throw line. 9 steals, only 8 turnovers to 29 assists. You better win that game. But we was letting Brandon Miller get busy on us today. I ain't gonna lie. He had 31. Melo, volume shooter, had 26. Colin Sexton was going crazy on us in the first half, and then he vanished. Shout out to them. But yeah, Colin Sexton was going crazy on us. But yeah, we're the better team, and we should have beat them. But again, the rebounding is atrocious. Like, we got to accept this. Look at this. 47 to 31 rebounding is crazy. B-Shack, can you hear me? Did you hear what I said? 47 to 31 rebounding. Rebounding is crazy in a win for a team to have that kind of advantage. That just means we were shooting lights out, which we were. That's the reason we won this game. You shouldn't win a game with that type of disparity rebounding, but because we were shooting 50% from three and shooting over 80% from the free throw line, that we won this game. I don't know what needs to happen, y'all, but we have to figure out a way for the rebounding. I know we have to accept it, but we have to make a change. Like, it's just unacceptable basketball, in my opinion. How can you be respectable and you're allowing teams 3 to 4 extra possessions in a single possession? Like, what are you guys doing? Like, that's crazy. Without further ado, though, it's time to type in South Florida's finest here. Let's chop up this good game here, sir. Hold on 1 second. Let me tap you in, B-Shack. Gotta get back on my square here. B-Shack, let me just shout out the people real quick before we get into it. We 2-0. It wasn't pretty, but it's 2-0. Shout out to the homie Robert Brooks. Shout out to Pickle Luke. Shout out to Sadovsky. Mr. 414, what's good? Appreciate you. Simeon, what's good? Hoyt City E, my dude, what it do? Salute the childish one. Bucks 12. What up, Trina? Mia Kim. I seen y'all in the chat. What's good? Dre West, Derek Stevenson. Shout out to the queens of the chat. Appreciate y'all tapping in. Who else up in here? Y'all in here deep. If y'all don't hit this like button, quit playing. This is the most electrifying content on YouTube. We moved the needle on this Bucks talk. What y'all talking about? Hit the like button. That's crazy. Get them likes up. What up, Patricia P? Always dropping gems in the chat. Always. Appreciate y'all tapping in. Greg Delaney, I see you. All right, y'all. We going to get to it. B-Shack in here early. I'm going to put the link in the chat. What up, baby? What up, VP? I seen you in here. Scales, what's good? Appreciate y'all. All right, let me put the link in the chat, and let's go. Let's carry on with South Florida's finest here. B-Shack, please tell me how you felt about the game, the good, the bad, the ugly. Let's get into it. It's on you, sir.
I'm not gonna stay here too long because I'm
Okay.
supposed to be home now and I'm in the office a little too long.
Uh-huh.
But let me say this, man. There was no way we were gonna lose this game. There was no way we was gonna lose this game, man. And I know the Bucks got beat on the boards, man. And I know it don't look good, but man, I love the body language and the swag that they kind of got back, and it looks like the NBA world kind of got it um after Giannis's
Right, the windmill on Chicago.
the real players got it. They were like, "Yo, I'm down with it, man.
Right.
I'm with that." You know, maybe the Bucks, man.
He
Can
brought the energy back. That Giannis
yeah,
has that
man,
aura. When you a superstar, though, you have that aura. You can bring confidence to your team instantly, and that's what makes you a superstar. When you can,
absolutely.
as an individual player, bring confidence to your team as a whole. That's when you know you the real deal. On any team, you know you the real deal. Carry on, B Shack. It's on you,
Yeah,
sir.
man. And looks like Giannis looks like he's trying to play the heel, man. Looks like
Right, and now he want to be the villain. Now, see,
he
now
playing a
you
little
picking up what
edge
I've been
now.
putting down. Now you seeing it, right? See,
Yeah, and it's so much, man. I couldn't get. I know y'all was talking Packers
right,
and a lot of stuff the other night. But man, let me tell you, it was just hilarious. I rewound that little section between the
right,
dunk and the fight like 15 times, man. I was catching different stuff in it. But listen, what I like, I see they're running, they are running sets.
right.
And I see um how Giannis is working with KPJ in that screen and roll game, man. I'm seeing how they're spacing the floor.
Mm-hmm.
And with the talent of Rollins and KPJ, and with Giannis in the middle, and with a serviceable Miles Turner and a shooter like AJ Green, man, really, that's a real formula for success
Right.
if they could just stay healthy, man. Because you got two guards, man, that are just about three-level guards,
Okay.
and then KPJ. Listen,
He played
yeah,
really well today. This was one of his better games.
yeah. I don't trip over him, man. People be tripping. Listen, y'all got to listen to what the opposing announcers are saying. They know this guy is talented.
Right.
They know he's extremely talented. And did y'all know that he leads the NBA in December in steals? The entire league?
No, but I can believe it.
The entire league. And he got
Let me
another
see.
three tonight.
Yeah, let me see. I think it
So,
was three. Yeah. Oh,
so
two
yo,
steals. Two
man,
steals.
two steals tonight
Yeah, let
and
me
a bunch
see.
of deflections.
Right. Let me see.
And so listen, man. I like I like what I see, man. I like what I see, and I'm saying that we gonna go on a little run. We should win
Okay.
the next two games minimum. And I'm be honest. I was waiting for Giannis to act up tonight too. I was like, give him the ball, give him the ball. But he put up for like a logo three, man.
Right.
He's Giannis a clown, and he's messing with the dudes who's guarding him. He's playing.
And did
I
you see
like
him
this,
trying to
man.
guard LaMelo, and Brandon Miller? I saw him trying
Yeah,
to get back on it. I
yeah,
was like,
yeah.
wow, okay, Giannis. I don't know if he was trying to prove a point or what he was doing, but I found it interesting. He chose to guard those players quite often, actually, this game.
And it's funny, man. I was watching a Knicks podcast, of a Knicks fans podcast. They were like, man, they got all sorts of crazy perspectives. Man, they're like, man, he's he's auditioning for us. He's all they're saying all sorts of crazy stuff. But listen, I'm looking at the Bucks.
Mhm.
Let's talk about Bobby for a second. Listen, y'all. Let's just be real. If Bobby plays like this, we can't. We it's hard for us to be beat. If Bobby plays like this, now I know it's fool's gold. I know, you
Okay.
know, it's sometimes smoke and mirrors. But I'm saying this Bobby right here, we can't. I don't think we can be beat. Not with Bobby playing like this. Now that's on offense. But if he plays at a certain level of offense, it makes up for the defense somewhat.
Right.
Um, I mean, wow, he still was a -5 tonight.
But that tells you
Um,
about the defense.
yeah, that tells you about the defense. And listen, um, tonight, Gary Trent showed up. You know, he looked like
He played well to me. 3 of 6. He played well
he
for
looked
Gary
like
Trent.
Gary Trent Jr. He looked like Gary Trent Jr. tonight, at least. Um, Kuzma,
He didn't play good tonight. Let's not
yeah,
sugarcoat it. He didn't play well.
26 minutes, but a plus 13, second highest
Yeah.
plus minus on the team. You know that means he didn't hurt us.
Well, that's because he's gonna play side. He doesn't hurt us because he plays good defense. That's why I
Yeah,
tell people his body will work. So he'll cruise and do some things on offense, but if you look at the plus minus in the totality of the team, is in the upper half.
yeah. I think we need to look at him differently now. I think we need to look at the offense as gravy. What we need from him
It's
is the
rebound.
defense on the
Yeah.
best offensive players on the other
Yeah.
team every night. If we can get that, you need a guy you can count on.
And
You
he
know
can
what I
play
mean?
defense.
And he can play defense. He's somewhat like a um what's my man that played with us for 1 year for the championship?
PJ Tucker, but he's better
He's,
offensively than
he's like
PJ.
an
He's better.
offensive minded PJ Tucker. They don't play the same style, but I'm saying PJ Tucker was constant on the
Hold on, I
defense.
want to just pause. I actually like that. Let's go. Well, shout out to B Chef for dropping that. Hey, friends and family, let me know what y'all think about that. I don't think that that's a bad take whatsoever. I don't think that's a bad take, and he's a better rebounder.
Yeah, so I mean, it brings a lot to the table. You have to when you look at basketball, man, you have to look at both sides of the ball, man. You gotta look at, I mean, how somebody is playing good team defense, individual defense, the pressure they're putting on the other team. You gotta look at the size they bring. You got just gotta look at everything, man.
Right,
Um, Ryan Rollins, definitely wasn't, one of his better
right,
outings. But once again, if he can play solid D, I think a couple of fouls tonight was kind of questionable. Um, Listen, between him and KPJ, you're gonna get this a little bit.
right,
But as long as KPJ is giving me what 11 assists,
right. 11, only one turnover. That's the main thing I want to discuss as the team. B Shack, only 8 turnovers. I know it's the Hornets. Hey, forget all that. 8 turnovers in the NBA is impressive. These are the highest level NBA players there are, and for us to only turn the ball over 8 times in an entire game is extremely impressive to me. Because we've had a huge problem turning over the ball. That's been our Achilles heel.
yeah. And listen, some people just know how to play. I saw on a fast break, KPJ in the middle. He saw Giannis coming up his left view and didn't wait for Giannis to get ahead of him, whatever. He served the ball up to him right there where he can get a full head of steam.
Sting.
And the defense was that's you don't teach that. That's an innate
That's a great.
understanding of timing, of spacing, of the advantage that your teammate has at a particular given time. And so all these little things, man, we got to look at. Overall, again, I don't think, but even they were ahead in the second quarter, I didn't think the Bucks were gonna lose this game.
Hold on now, B Shaq. I'm not gonna let you do that, B Shaq. I know I seen. Hey, I feel like the alarming rate that they were hitting threes. I was extremely concerned. That was alarm. B Shaq, they hit like 12, 13 threes in the first half. That's concerning. That's a
You
game's
talk
worth.
about the Hornets, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I know, but I knew it wasn't sustainable. I knew that was just a they just man, they just caught a nice little buzz for a second. That wasn't gonna last, man. And so once they calmed down at halftime,
Well,
we
you
were
weren't
gonna get.
concerned. I mean, come on. That was crazy. That was
Yeah,
crazy.
it was crazy. It was hitting from everywhere, and I was like, yeah, go ahead and shoot your load early. Go ahead.
And we ended up catching up. We hit 16 for 34. They hit 17 for 45. So that was a difference as well.
Yeah, and
And we shot more free throws. And Melo was a
Melo,
volume shooter. 9 to 23. Brandon
yeah,
Miller 9 to 22.
yeah, but he was dealing with a body on him all night.
All right.
Some Mel, listen, LaMelo Ball is kind of wild sometimes. The kid is really gifted, man. He's a gifted. Ever since he was was elementary school, middle
Right.
school, scored 100 points in the game. I mean, he's grown up in the public eye. He's grown up in front of all of us.
Right, that's a fact.
And I like his game, man. He just, his shot selection. I mean, if you put him on a better team, I think his shot selection would be a lot better.
I agree. I think he would play differently if he had something to play for.
Yeah,
But again,
absolutely.
we just him alone had 6 turnovers. He had as many as the Bucks as a team just by himself. So that helped us as well. I mean, when you're winning a turnover battle, you got Bobby giving you 25, Giannis chipping in with 21. We got Myles Turner scoring at a high clip. It was very impressive. But I was concerned in that first half because we was letting Colin Sexton and Brandon Miller go crazy on it. Colin Sexton was going crazy. That was
Sexton
it.
always plays good against us.
That
He
was
always plays good
crazy.
against us. But let me tell you something, man. This plus minus is kind of fugazi because how does AJ Green go 1 for 5 as a plus
What up,
16?
Mr.
See
Cole, the living legend?
that's why you can't really kind of. Because what I mean, maybe he's playing solid D. Maybe he's all out there with the right combinations. But anytime AJ Green goes 1 for 5, to me he's not giving you much.
I don't think he gave us much offensively. And he's definitely still targeted on defense 100%.
But past the actual stats and all of that, man, basketball is a game of rhythm and confidence, and it's just different now. And they're gonna get a little bit better and better and better and better and better. As long as Giannis keeps Rollins and KPJ in his back pocket, talking about, hey, this is how we're gonna play this, run this.
Right.
Um, I need KPJ. I need Rollins and Giannis. I need Rollins to get on the same level with Giannis as KPJ. It
Hmm.
is all Giannis. And if that ever happened, we'll be lethal because Giannis and KPJ got some telepathic thing going on right
Mm.
now. But if even get Rollins on that level, and I don't know because I don't know if Rollins has those point guard type of instincts. I think he's more of a,
Treat him as a
I,
combo guard. Treat him as a
I see,
combo
yeah,
guard. A Swiss Army
yeah,
knife type.
yeah,
Instead of
yeah,
trying to get him to do one particular thing.
and I think if he's playing on the weak side, he needs to be aggressive. If Giannis and KPJ are running that thing on the other side, and it happens to swing to Rollins, he needs to attack.
I agree.
Because that way, that pays off dividends during the course of the game. It's like, man, if we're paying attention to these dudes on this side, we got to worry about they got to shoot over to Aaron Rollins, who can break us down and go to the hoop. And if they collapse on him, you still got Giannis to dump it off on or Myles Turner. So I just think as long as Doc gives them a construct and they've got some basic sets, and they keep their spacing. I think this team can be very difficult to beat. And if Bobby can play, just give me, give me 70% of this all the time. Get a baseline. Just give me 16 to 18 every night. And yo, we. I don't want to get too hyped, man. I just like what I see the last couple of games. I know it's against bottom feeder teams, but
One way
we
to
just
not be
gotta
a
keep
bottom
building.
feeder is to beat all the bottom feeder teams. That's one way to get out of that. That hey, you gotta beat the bottom feeders to not be a bottom feeder, right?
That's
Hey, that's
true.
what we gotta do. Hey,
That's true.
we gotta step on the doormats. That's just hey, we gotta step on the doormats, and they a doormat. And you use those doormats to clean your shoes, so when you get into the crib that's nice, hey, you can do work. And that's what the Bucks need to do. They need to be you, working off all the dirt on these doormats and come in the house and get ready to clean up on these cats. That's what they need to be doing. Getting their
Yeah.
stuff together against these weak teams, running your sets, really ironing out your scheme. So when you start to play some real competition, you have some real cohesiveness and know what each other is doing. My thing is that I need us to play more like this. And what I'm saying is, and I mentioned it earlier, where different people had their moments. Where Ryan Rollins had his moments. Myles Turner had his moments. Obviously, Giannis had his moments. Where different players were able to carry the team during certain stretches to either come back from runs or create a run. And then Giannis only had to score within that confines where he wasn't breaking his back to score. When did Giannis just run over people? His game was easy for him. Just spinning to the hoop when he
Mhm.
needed to, taking the ball, and they couldn't double him like that. The wall couldn't work because Bobby was hitting from three,
But they
because Gary
tried it.
Trent, yeah, Gary Trent was hitting for three. That's the thing, though. When we're hitting our shots, you can't create the wall, and then it's impossible to guard Giannis. It's up to the other players to hit shots. Then everything else becomes easy. We shot 50% because people were hitting shots for once. And then you got
Mhm.
Giannis doing what Giannis does in between. That's hard to beat. I agree. But how consistent can we be is the issue. When are you going to get this third quarter out of Myles Turner again? That was a fantastic third quarter for Myles. He carried us to that lead and we never looked back. And then Giannis
Mhm.
came in to close. That's how we should be using Giannis. Sprinkle him in to stop runs or create runs, and then put him in there to close the game. He closed it out. Perfect
Mhm.
structure.
I mean, Miles Turner, I mean, he's still to me, well, he didn't pump fake as much tonight. I'm tired of that pump faking. But I think Miles should play more. I think he needs to split his time between, where he's playing out there and the dunker spot. I think he's pretty good in dunker spot.
Okay.
Mhm.
I mean, I just think he needs to do that a little bit more because he's not good to me in the middle of the floor where he has to put the ball on the floor and get to the hoop.
Right.
But I
But if
did
he can
notice. But
get,
I did notice. I just want to interject for 1 second, B Shack. He did slash to the hoop a couple times and get some easy layups. I don't know why the Bucks in general don't do that. I know y'all say they run sets. Why would you never run a set for somebody flashing and crashing to the lane? I We see it so rarely, and I feel like it should be there if you got Giannis attracting
yeah,
all that attention on one side. Why aren't
yeah,
you running action on the other side to go to the hoop? Am I tripping? Like I
he
don't
has to do,
understand.
he's got to do it in action because he just can't manufacture it. He
Right.
just, I saw him a couple times trying to break at the end of the shot clock, trying to break his man down, trying to get,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a train wreck with him trying to dribble to the. But if it's an action where you create a disadvantage, give it to him on the move. Uh, I think you can get great results out of
Mm-hmm.
it. But it's got to be consistent. And I think someone's got to get in his head, man. You have to stay aggressive. Okay, you got to stay
Right.
aggressive.
I agree. I agree. But again, for him to stay aggressive, you have to run things that are going to keep him engaged in the game. and he does have decent speed for a center at his position, where you should be running things for him going to the basket. He got that easy on that young dude. Just a nice little hesitated at there and just crash to the hoop. We should be doing that. I think Rollins would be great doing that. You say for him to be aggressive, why aren't we running action with his length, and he has enough athleticism to take it to the hoop? He's shown he can finish. I know he blew a layup or two today, but normally he's very steady. Why not run that type of action? That's what I'm saying. I'm just not seeing enough wrinkles in the game. We don't have enough wrinkles. When I watch other teams, I see so much creativeness and dynamicness.
This kid Musa, one other team, Mousa,
Yeah.
the little thin dude that was like trying to play with Giannis, and he was an offensive rebounding machine.
Yeah. 9
We
rebounds
gotta
tonight.
we gotta find one of those young guys around the league to put on our team.
Right.
Get rid of Sims, man. He can't catch the ball.
Man, hey,
He
Musa had
can't
14
catch
points.
the ball.
Musa had 14 points. B-Shack, to your point, then we're going to get to you as
Yeah.
well. Shout out to Mr. Cool.
Yeah.
14
We need
points,
someone
9
like that.
rebounds, 6 offensive rebounds. When is the last time a Milwaukee Buck had 6 offensive rebounds?
He plays with energy and heart, and
I
he's
agree.
youthful. Sims, man, what good is a basketball player if he can't catch the ball?
I've been
I don't
saying
care
he
how
got
you
some of
can
the worst
jump.
hands.
Listen, if I can sit there and jump all day with my hands tied, what good am I? He has no hands.
He said his hands was tied. Come on,
He may as
B-Shack.
well play with. He may as well
Come
play
on,
with.
B-Shack.
He may as well play with a pair of mittens on his hands.
Shots fired, B-Shack. Come on,
I like
B-Shack.
Sims, man, but I'm tired
Oh, I
of
don't.
him.
Oh no, I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm cool on Sims. I want him traded. If we can add him to any package, add him. What is he doing? Just like you said, he's not bringing value. He's just a big body out there that got cardio. If it's not right in his bread basket where you're almost handing him the ball or it's a lob, he can't do nothing. What use is he? Package him in just on GP. Just put him in there just because. Again, I'd rather it be some, addition by subtraction. He's doing nothing. It's enough. The Sims experiment has failed. It's okay. We didn't give up nothing. He was a throw-in. So let's throw him in with somebody else. His hands is bad. Like, damn, bro. Like, what are we doing? And you can't fix that. That's the thing. You can fix the way you shoot. You can fix certain things. You can't fix bad hands. That's genetic defect, respectfully. He can't help that. That's it. Get him out. Hey, get him out of 5-serve. Get him out of 5-serve. Carry on, B-Shack. Get him out of 5-serve.
Oh, I'm done. I'm gonna listen to Mr. Cool Cook.
Go ahead, Mr. Cool. So you, sir.
Well, as usual, you guys covered all the territory. You don't leave nothing from me.
Oh, no. We want to hear your perspective. No. Hey, no. Let's go, Mr. Cool.
But I will say this. I want to speak first about Bobby Portis. What he did in response to Ball's threes was huge for us, because typically when that starts to happen, the opposing team goes on a run and we're just in trouble. Ball came out, made those 2 quick threes, and Bobby Portis answered both of them, and then he hit another one. That was a big turn of the game right there for us.
Facts.
That stopped their momentum totally. They were getting excited, the fans getting in the game, and Bobby Portis squashed that real quick. That was vitally important for this game, what he did. And to be honest with you, I watched closely him defensively. He's making a little better effort. He's not great, will never be good at it, but I see him at least making more of an effort, and I'm like, okay, I got to give him that he's trying at least. He's putting his hands up, getting up on people a little bit more, being a little bit more active. That's all I can ask from him. Yeah. But I will say this. Everybody just kind of did their job tonight, and that's what you need.
That's a great point.
Everybody did their job.
That's what I was trying to say right there, summing it up. Exactly. Everybody did their job. Great point.
And really and truly, and I know we're all frustrated with all the games we lost earlier this year, but quite a few of those games, you can just tell with these last 2 games that Giannis would have played, we would have won quite a few more games.
Yeah.
Because we were just one player away, one star player, whatever. from getting so many wins. We just didn't have enough. And then he steps in here and boom, that makes everybody around him better. Everybody around him better. And they needed that, just that little help to get them above where they were at as a player. And it's only going to keep getting better as they get more comfortable playing with him more and more and more. And he's playing a little different role. He's being more patient. He's being more of a facilitator. He's playing more smarter now than he really had in the past.
I agree.
He's
He
not
has
like,
been playing smart, maximizing those minutes, and I like that 25, 27 minute. That's perfect. That's perfect.
I mean, he's making great reads now. His drops, he realizes that they can't leave the other players because other players are scoring threats. And so Charlotte and the Bulls are afraid to leave the other guys, and he'll leave Giannis one-on-one, forget about it. He's going to score on anybody one-on-one, anybody. They have to bring help. And what also happens is, we talked about A.J. Green, but don't worry about A.J. Green because the defense has to stay attached to him. That's why Giannis likes him out there, because the defense has to stay attached. So he's valuable even when he's not scoring. Robert Brooks, Mr. Robert Brooks, he has value.
Shout out to Robert Brooks.
Leave A.J. Green alone, Robert Brooks. He has value for him. Golly. Because, again, that spacing. How many times could people leave him? Let's look at it like this. If Ajax was out there, they're not going to guard Ajax.
All right.
So Giannis's one-on-one plays are now over because they're going to leave Ajax open constantly and double on Giannis. They are not leaving A.J. Green. Now, he may have a bad night shooting. They don't know that before it happens. So they're going to stay attached to him. That's important to our spacing. Our floor balance was absolutely outstanding tonight. We kept the floor balance all the time. And when we got back to moving the ball, it's a wrap. It was a wrap.
It was a good ball. We almost had 30 assists. That is a far cry from a couple of games ago having 18 assists. We had 18.
That's right.
We went from 18 assists to 30 assists that fast with Giannis Antetokounmpo back. His gravity is unbelievable. And his life is so much easier when we're just hitting shots. Just when people are hitting shots, they couldn't even play the wall because the wall was giving us open threes and we were cooking. People were hitting shots. Yeah. That's how you break the wall. It's not up to Giannis to figure out how to break the wall. It's up to players to start hitting shots. Then you can't create the wall. We got to start keeping it real. It's not Giannis's. That's not up to him to figure that out. If we're hitting shots, it's nothing to be figured out because you can't do it. Period.
If you go all the way back to
go ahead, Mr. Cool. Then we go to you, B-Shaq.
Okay. If you go all the way back to the Toronto series in 2019, that was one of the things that Giannis was trying to just break through that wall constantly, and he really did not play as well because of that, because the guys around him was not making shots, and Toronto really didn't have to worry as much about the other shooters because those guys weren't making shots.
Right.
And that was a tough series that we should have won and went to the finals that year. But that was one of the weaknesses of our team, the inability to make shots around Giannis. And so they just built that wall, and he was frustrated. His shooting numbers went way down. He scored, but his percentages were way low in that series. No. So when the guys around him are scoring and effective and got good floor games, man, he's a force that nobody can stop in this league. We're seeing that. Nobody.
I do want to bring attention.
He actually seemed quicker today. I'm sorry. He seemed quicker today.
Yeah,
his drop step and move, I was like, man, he blowing by people. He turned those guys into statues.
I'm going to tell you right now, too, Giannis looked rejuvenated. I'm not saying I'm happy he got hurt, but Giannis not going to sit down unless he's forced to. And I think this injury let him sit down and let his body entirely heal. Even when he did that windmill, I haven't seen him do that in years. That means he's really feeling good. I think he really got a chance to heal, period, his whole body, because he just looks fat. He looks like the old Giannis right now, if you want me to be real. And I've been seeing, I'm like, but damn, he ain't played in 8 games. When is the last time Giannis had that type of time off? To just including 9-game time. I'm just saying how many physical games, but how many days and weeks was he off? That's a long time to let his body heal. Look how he's coming back. He looked rejuvenated, the dunking, the energy, everything looked different. It could be a blessing in disguise. But I do want to also bring attention to Moose. You right that Myles Turner played well on both ends. He did have 4 blocks today. He was playing aggressive on both ends today. And if we're getting that type of Myles Turner, we're going to be a much better team as well. As you said, for Bobby, if we could get 60 to 70% of that today from Myles Turner, we're gonna be headed in the right direction. And he at least has 6 rebounds today. That's all you can ask for from Myles Turner. Go ahead, Mr. Cool.
Just one last thing. What has to happen, and the really great teams have always had this, players pick each other up. Not all 10 players are going to have a great game every night.
Right.
So you're going to have different guys have better games than other games. It's important that the next game somebody else may have to pick up. Maybe it'll be Kuzma coming back and playing better. That's how this works. Other guys pick each other up, and then you stay at that same level. You still keep getting wins because everybody's not going to play good every night. It's just never going to happen. So, but the key is, can others pick up the players that aren't? Like Bobby Portis really picked us up offensively tonight.
I agree.
Big time. With big shots.
That back-to-back, those 3 threes in a row were like momentum changing. That was momentum changing. 3 in a row, Bobby hat trick. That was crazy. What?
But listen, that Giannis windmill looked good, but I was scared to death the way he came down.
Oh, same. Yeah, like
I said, did he hurt his calf again? Let me tell you something. If he would have hurt himself on a play like that, he would have gotten crushed by the media, by everybody. That would have been because it would have. People said, "Oh, how foolish could that be?" But he does look spry. But I will tell you, if you look at that, he's not Mr. Cool. I will comment on this about what you said about Giannis in Toronto against Toronto. He ain't half the player. He wasn't half the player he is now as far as here.
That's true.
He just kept lashing into the wall. He just kept going into it and getting frustrated. I'm like, dude, develop something else. And here's what I don't like. People, they used to talk about him not having no skills or no bag, whatever. Now he's developed a pretty good one. They won't come back and acknowledge it because how many people in the league have a better post game than Giannis right now?
True.
Right.
That's a good point.
Giannis's post game, his footwork, his quickness.
It's amazing.
It's people are not giving him his props when it comes to his post game. I heard even someone recently said, "Well, Giannis needs to get a post game." I said, "What are you talking about?
You're not watching the game. They're not watching.
They're not watching the game." Now, it seems to me he's totally regressed on his mid range.
Agree. Yeah.
Now, a lot of people will say, "Well, forget about the mid range. All you need is the dunk." No. He needs that shot. He needs that shot for times when the defense sags way back and he's wide open. You're an NBA player, superstar. You need to be able to hit that shot. And you also need that shot when you need a breather every once in a while. You need to let your legs rest and recover for a minute. You just, it's not sustainable. We know this now because of his lower extremity issues.
Right.
But if he doesn't have the confidence in it, which I would figure, just like his free throws, it seemed like he worked on it a lot over the last few weeks. I would hope he did the same thing with the mid-range, but perhaps because the guards are at the level they are right now, maybe he feels like, okay, I really don't need to shoot that shot, but I don't want him to forget about it. Every once in a while, he needs to shoot. To me, I would like to see about 3 a game.
Right.
No, not really, no more than that.
Right.
Maybe 3 a game in the right situations.
Well, I think when he gets back to more minutes, he will. But I think because he's on limited minutes, he's just focusing on doing what he needs to do to make sure we get W's because we're kind of like he said, we're kind of in the hole here. We got to try and dig ourselves out of it. So I think he wants to secure these wins. But I think as his minutes increase and he gets off a less minutes restriction, they get him up to 30 minutes a game. or 32 minutes a game, I think he will take a few more. And he needs to. I agree with you 100%. That he's going to need to before the playoffs. If we get to the playoffs,
Right.
he needs to be able to, because they will definitely build that wall in the playoffs.
100%.
Definitely.
Yeah, and to be honest, man, if we make a move, a real strategic move, hey man, the luster is kind of falling off OKC a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We made the right move, man, because I know how Giannis plays against OKC. I like my chances against them. If we make a move for maybe another because athletes bother them.
Yeah.
Yep.
If we can get another athletic wing, or big, Jeremy Sims would be totally ineffective against OKC, I think.
Yeah.
And I just want to say this now. I gotta go.
All right.
About Giannis's patience. Mr. Cool took the words right out of my mouth. He has been extremely, extremely patient. However, that patience is allowed to be maintained and continued when they hit shots. If they don't hit shots, the
Right.
patience probably isn't sustained. He's probably like, okay, let me go back to taking care of this myself. But
Right.
when they reward his patience by hitting
Mm-hmm.
shots, it's a sight
Mm-hmm.
to behold because that's the way this team was built.
Right. Well, I think he saw watching them play. He sees the potential in his teammates. He saw there's certain games where Ryan took over a game, where KPJ took over a game, and Kuzma took over a game, and even
Yep.
So I think he has confidence in them enough to where he trusts them. And so I think he felt if I get on the floor now with them, we're gonna make a run right now. We're gonna make a run. I think he felt that, and that's why he came back when he did, which is good because we got a couple more winnable games coming up. I know Amber don't like to say that, but there are no winnable games for us.
Hey, I'll say
But
it. I'll say it. We could go. We could win the next three games. I believe
right,
that.
right.
Okay.
I
All right.
believe it.
How you check out this comment? Shout out to Mr. 414. Shout out to the members of the channel. Shout out. Imagine if Giannis rested his body like that in the off season.
Yes.
Oh wow! Now that's true. That's true.
Shout out.
That's true. If he would rest his body in the off season, we don't know what that looks. We haven't know what that looks like in a while.
Mm-hmm.
No, because he won't do it.
Right.
Isn't that
He won't
interesting?
do it.
Isn't that interesting though? I'm not saying it's good or bad, but it would be interesting to see how the wear and tear would be if he just sat down in the off season.
Absolutely, man. Maybe I don't know. Maybe
Agreed, Pronte.
I'm not gonna say that. I thought I'd say something crazy.
No,
I
don't
thought
do
I'd
it.
say
Don't do it. You've been doing good, B Shaq.
only
You've been
only one I
doing
can keep.
good.
Only one that can keep him from going out of the country and put fear in fact. Can I get back? Is our president?
All right, B Shaq. All right, if you can tap back in, B Shaq.
All right.
All right, go. Shout out to B Shaq. Let me move these screens around. Mr. Cool, can we get this Myles Turner again? I thought he was effective tonight.
I just think Giannis, just his whole demeanor now, it's more of I'm gonna push these guys. If I'm gonna stay here, I'm gonna push you guys to perform and play at the level you need to. And I think that's going on. Because I see everybody's lifting up their game. They're taking care of the ball better. You saw the turnovers coming down. I just think he's having an impact on them in the sense of, come on now, you guys do your job. We can win. I'm gonna do my thing. I need you guys to take care of the basketball, run our sets, execute, be smart on how you play, and we're gonna make a run at this and get back in this thing and get back in into the top six. And that should be our goal. And there's still plenty of time to do it.
Yeah, the
49 more
East is there's no world beaters in the East. The East is wide open, like we've been saying all year, even more so now. Let's keep it real. Yeah, so we could go on a little run. We could definitely make it to the playoffs as long as we can stay healthy. That's all I can say is like we have to remain healthy. That's the biggest thing, Mr. Cool.
Well, and I think maybe Doc understands that in terms of how he's playing players because he's trying to play more guys, and I think that
Right.
helps in terms of guys staying healthy. Because if you can reduce minutes on players, especially key players, like he's doing with Giannis, and even they got to figure that out for the point guard spots too, though, because those guys are probably playing too many minutes,
True.
and we don't want them to have to play, especially against what we perceive as weaker teams. They shouldn't have to play major minutes. We should be able to get some play out of other guys, and I think getting Gary Trent back helps, and hopefully he can keep moving forward.
Yeah, we
He's
need to
playing
get if Gary Trent can just do this, just hit half of your open shots, we're good. 3 of 6, that's perfect. 5 of 8, 5 of 10, I'm cool. That's what you need to do. I don't want you trying to create or going off the dribble because he can't do that. That's not your game. You're pretty much an AJ Green ish with a little bit more twitch. And that's the way we should be utilizing you, very similar to how we utilize AJ Green. We don't need to get cute with Gary Trent Jr., in my opinion.
Right, and I think another thing that I noticed tonight, what we kept doing, our bigs are doing a lot of back tapping.
Right.
But our guys weren't coming up to get the balls when they back tap. There's an area that they got to focus on in practice to make sure those guards know to come back. When that rebound's coming up and our bigs can't get the rebound clearly,
Right.
they're back tapping it. But every time we back tap, Charlotte got the ball, and I'm like,
Right.
where are our guards at? So I think our guards are dropping back to play defense instead of coming up to get those loose balls.
I don't
And
think we can. I think that we can't fix that. That's our culture,
Yeah.
unfortunately. And
Yeah,
the only
could
way
be.
culture changes with head coach. And we've been complaining about the same thing for years now. Offensive rebounding or defensive rebounding, second chance points. It's been killing us for years, and nothing's changed. So that I just think that's the culture, and we have to live with that and hope we just score enough points to, you know what I'm saying, to overcome that downside of this team, because we just can't. When is the last time we got out rebounded by 16? Let me make sure. I don't want to exaggerate and make it worse than it was. Let me see. 31-47.
Mm-hmm. That's not going to do it. But I will say this. Bishop made a point, and I mentioned it in the chat earlier. We need to get Myles Turner around the basket more. Instead of running all these sets with him out playing 1-4 with him away from the basket so much at the 3-point line. He could be effective around the paint, I think, if we get him there more often. And anything else, he puts more pressure to get us some offensive rebounds. So I think that is where I think we have to look at some plays and some sets where we have him, closer to the basket. Now, he's not as good as Brook Lopez was at scoring around the basket. I don't care. He's still effective because of his size.
Right.
He's a huge body.
Very
and
true.
just standing out the 3-point line. Well, we got other 3-point shooters, so I don't know why we have to constantly have him in that role.
I agree.
Away from the basket like that. Instead of having to try kicking it to the corner, he shot fakes and tries to drive. How about just setting him up here and we pass it in the block to him, let him go to work sometime. Let's see how he can score. Because it's just, and then you got Giannis on the weak side if he's on one side. So I mean, it could be real effective, and that way you slow the game down too. We don't have to worry about getting back. If we're pounding, getting offensive rebounds, that's what the Houston Rockets do. They pound you to death. They out rebound everybody.
That's
because that's been Udoka's philosophy. We're going to out rebound everybody. We're going to smash those boards constantly on the offensive end.
And you can see by their record, it's working.
Sure is. Sure, because all those extra possessions. So
I don't know if we can fix that. I think we do need. I forgot who mentioned it in the chat. We just need one more consistent player to really make a run. If we could package up some people and get another consistent player, I'm not saying a world beater, but somebody can consistently give us like 15, like just consistently, just 15 plus. I think we like a McDaniels from the Timberwolves, somebody of that ilk, somebody like that, a taller wing defender, but can still give you buckets. No, he's not gonna give you 20, but he's gonna always give you about 15. And that's what we need. Somebody that can come in there and be that third consistent score or fourth consistent scorer. Because I think in today's NBA, you need at least 4 scorers. Not including Bobby coming off the bench because that's his role. But I'm thinking of like another starter piece that can give us that type of scoring. That's what we need. Then have Bobby and AJ Green kick in off the bench. Then I think we'll be cooking with grease.
Yeah, I agree. What about, and I know he's not the guy, because I know everybody's going to overreact to this, but what about Prince in terms of his health? What's his story? Do we know when is he coming back or he just done for the year?
I saw him today too. He in street clothes, and I don't know. I haven't heard anything. Y'all let me know in the comment section. Have y'all heard anything about the status of Torian Prince?
I mean, people can say what they want. The guy last year was in the top 3 in NBA, and the NBA shooting threes the entire season. Okay, so there's a role for a guy that can make threes. Now maybe he won't be a playoff star for us, but at least for now, again, somebody can come and give us some minutes,
right,
and rest some guys, so we don't burn people out. And he's a bigger winger defender. He's not that bad on defense, where he at least can come out and be serviceable on defense until we get somebody else. If we can get somebody at the trade deadline, great, But meantime, can he get back and help fill a little gap for us? Because I think his role. He started most of the year last year.
True.
And he was at 45, 47, 44, 49% at three-point shooting. That's pretty amazing. I don't care what anybody says. Everybody cannot walk in the gym and do that. Okay, so that's a skill set that he does have.
And he's a bigger defender.
Right. And he plays different from Kuz. So him and Kuz right now can really kind of complement each other if you had those two guys there.
That is true. Okay. That's a good point, Mr. Cool. No, that's a good point. That's a good point. And then who we play next? Let me check. Hold on 1 second, Mr. I want to see who we play next real quick. I want us to talk about that too before we get up out of here. Oh, it is the Wizards. So the Wizards on New Year's Eve. I'm actually gonna go to that game.
They just beat a good team I saw. I forgot who it was on their schedule.
We gotta take every team seriously. Yeah. We gotta take every team seriously.
Right. And everybody, because of Giannis, because of the Bucks history, they love beating us. They get up for playing the Bucks.
Right, you got Chris Middleton. Best games this season have all been against the Bucks.
Oh man, yeah. Then he's a bum the rest of the time. They want to come up against us and play like a star. Like, what's with that, man?
I saw people talking crazy the other day, Mr. Cool, about Brook Lopez hitting 9 threes. I said, look at his stat sheet the rest of the year.
Right. So I watched him last night a little bit. Because of that, I watched last night their game a little bit. He is slower than he was last year. They don't even pass him the ball in certain situations. They just lick him off. And he's just out there. He's just out there. He is no different. And I'm with you. I'll pass on him. I'm good. Even though I'm disappointed in Myles Turner.
Do y'all not see how crazy that is? Somebody was playing almost 30 minutes for us is barely getting off the bench for another team. That shows you what type of position this team really was in last year. Chris Middleton, we thought we should have re-signed and brought him back, is barely averaging double figures. Right. Let all of that sink in what was on this team.
Right. And not only that, Lopez they both went to losing teams.
Both.
And they still can't play.
And that's crazy to think they was on this team. We've had so many wasted experiments and people we've kept too long. We got to start really reevaluating the talent on this team and really trying to maximize and Giannis's stretch run here in his career and get the right talent around him. Because now, even if he's not at his physical peak, I don't know if B-Shaq mentioned this before, but he's nearing a mental peak in basketball where I remember I heard Kevin Durant say something like, I mastered basketball. He's like, I know how to play basketball, professional basketball. I know exactly what I'm doing all the time. He's like, if I miss a shot, it's just because I missed. It wasn't a bad shot. I know what I'm doing. And I feel like Giannis's IQ now, he knows what he's doing. He understands what's in front of him. He understands what to do. So if we have the right players that can score with him, he can lead them to where they need to go. He still has that in him where he can finish and get you to where you need to go. But he needs the right players around him that are able to contribute. That's what Giannis needs.
I agree. And don't forget, This lineup now is 4-1. This starting lineup that we have is 4-1 together. Not a big sample size,
Right.
but that's still 4-5. So there's something happening there with this starting lineup, the way that they play together. And so we just got to keep growing and building and building. That's what you got to do. Keep building on what you have. Make sure that Kuzma know his role. Make sure Bobby Portis what your role is. That stuff needs to be defined by our coaches and by Doc, so they know what we expect and what the expectations are when they step on the floor. And get clarity. And I remember Bishak talking about that. Clarity is vitally important.
Right.
So we know this is what I need for you to do. Okay. When you come in, Gary
That's a
Harris.
coaching thing, though. That's a coaching thing.
I
But Gary Harris has been giving us good minutes. I stand with Gary Harris. He's been playing solid. Hey, as my man Mr. Cool said, he's been nothing but professional for the most part.
Right.
Everybody have a bad game or two, but he's been very professional with the minutes he's been given.
Absolutely, and he plays both ends of the floor. He's just, again, as I said, the professional.
Now, you know what we're forgetting? We were talking about Taurean Prince. We still got Amir Coffey on this roster, and he's doing nothing.
Yeah. Well, I think they, to be fair, they just never got him comfortable in the beginning. Some of that, you got to get a guy who's new, comfortable. We see look what's happened now with Kuzma. Kuzma was horrible last year. He was horrible. He was, but he never got comfortable with the team.
Right.
So now that he is producing.
I agree.
I mean, he's been producing great this whole season. I mean, so I don't know if that's the case with Coffey. We just don't really know because he really haven't gotten much of a chance to prove himself. But we need to still find another point guard. We need another point guard.
No Cole Anthony tonight, I don't think either. Cole Anthony, that's what I'm saying. We got a lot of players on this roster we thought were going to help us. They are giving us nothing. Amir Coffey and Cole Anthony come to mind. We need to package these players and try to get back somebody decent. They're not helping us. We've had a large enough sample size, and I'm damn near still ready to put Gary Trent in there for the right offer. I'm sorry, y'all. Gary Trent and A.J. Green, to me, are the same player. I would move Gary Trent if I could. I'm just keeping it real. We want to win. We got to make tough decisions. I'm telling you right now, I would include Gary Trent Jr. in a trade. I would include everybody not named Ryan Rollins, KPJ, Giannis, and that's really it. Anybody else can be included with a trade, even Myles Turner, if the right move comes along. We need players that can score consistently, not these a player with so many peaks and valleys. I know it's a long season, and players are going to have peaks and valleys, but it can't be these steep of changes like you see with Bobby. Bobby's on this streak, but he could play bad for 8 or 9 games. You can't have that when you got Giannis because he's consistent every game. We need other players around him that can be consistent. That's how you build a championship team. That's why the Spurs are so good. Wemby is doing his thing, but everybody else around him is hooping. Castle is hooping. All of them are hooping and contributing, which is how they're stopping a mud hole in a team like OKC. They can't stop Wemby because everybody around him is hooping. What the Spurs are doing is what we should be trying to mirror. Wemby his domination is similar to what Giannis does. Giannis does it from a more physical perspective. We have the blueprint. The blueprint is what the Spurs are doing. That's how we should be doing it for Giannis Antetokounmpo. It's not hard to see exactly what they're doing. Their guards are dynamic. De'Aaron Fox and them dynamic, and he can get buckets consistently, which makes Wemby's life easier. He's a superstar with another superstar. I'm not saying we need that, but we need somebody who's getting buckets like that consistently. We got 3 to 4 players scoring buckets consistently with Giannis. The sky's the limit because he can go off at any time if he wants. If he needs to score 40, he will. If everybody else is chipping in, maybe the other team is going off. All right, I got to score 40 for us to win. Let's do it. Let's get to it. We need consistency. We need the blueprint of the San Antonio Spurs.
Yeah, but I do think right now with Giannis back, we're definitely heading in the right direction. I know it's only 2 games.
Right.
We're heading just by how we play. It's not so much just that you win. How are you playing? How do you look in the games? And we look so much better now. And it's not just because of him. It's because he's pushed those guys or gave them a little more confidence, and they are playing well with him. And so things look pretty good right now. Let's just see if we can keep it going. And I think we will. Absolutely think we will. We're
Look
going
at
to keep
this.
this moving.
Look at this, Jeff. What Jeff put in the chat, Mr. Cool. Mr. Cool trade rumors: Jared Allen, Garland, and Man for Bobby Turner, Kuzma, Coffee, and Anthony, in a 5-team trade proposal.
And who do we get?
Yeah, Jeff. Who do we get?
We're going to get.
Do we get Garland and Allen? Damn, Jeff, you gotta set the table and then put no food on it. What's going on, sir? Oh, Jeff, you gotta get the rest of the detail. That was interesting. Robin, that is interesting. The Cavs just beat the Spurs, but I mean, things gonna happen. It's a long season. I'm just telling you, the way that team is built, they're built to make a long playoff run. That team, the way they set up, they're built for a long playoff run. And now Jeff quiet. Jeff, I don't believe your rumor. You don't got the end of it. But I do think what y'all said. Oh, yes, we're supposed to get Garland and Allen. Oh, I would do that. But the problem is with Darius Garland, he always hurt.
Yeah, he's hurt way too much.
Yeah, that's the problem with Darius Garland. His body is made out of paper mache. That would be my only concern with that trade. His body is definitely made out of paper mache, 100%. Although you said the Cavs owner isn't happy. Okay.
What's not happy is Donovan Mitchell. He is a coach killer, and he's about to get rid of another coach. You're not. I just don't. Players like that, I'm not.
Damn, Mr. Cool, you gonna put that label on him? Is he a coach killer? Y'all let me know in the chat. Is Donovan Mitchell a coach killer? Damn.
Just ask Bickerstaff. He got him up out of there. And Bickerstaff that went to Detroit and proved himself. And I know that Bickerstaff wants to beat Cleveland in the playoffs. I would enjoy watching that series just because I don't like what Donovan Mitchell did behind his back, because I know a lot of the details of that.
All right.
And from definitely one of the guys who was on the staff there, said that Mitchell said he wasn't going to play again until Bickerstaff was fired. He had told the Cavs front office that either you fire Bickerstaff or I'm out of here.
Wow.
And I'm thinking, man, that's kind of. But Bickerstaff is one of those no nonsense kind of dudes, and he ain't taking no crap. He's gonna tell you how it is, and you can see it because the Pistons have responded to that. So
you know what? We'll trade Doc Rivers for Kenny Atkinson also in that trade. If we're gonna trade with the Cavs, let's do it all the way right. Let's include the players and the coaches. Let's give Kenny Atkinson a fresh start. Let's give Doc Rivers a fresh start. He got Donovan Mitchell. He got a star over there, and he got Mobley. Let him do his thing, and then we can come back with Kenny Atkinson. He was supposed to be here anyway, and let's see what happens. Let's do it. What y'all think? Let's do it. I wish you could include coaches and trades like you can in the NFL. You remember what was my man's name from the Jets? The black coach got traded for like a second-round pick. I can't remember. What is his name? Oh,
that's cool. That did happen.
Yeah. Was it Herm Edwards?
I don't remember.
It might be Herm Edwards. I can't remember, but yeah, I wish we could trade Doc for a second-round pick. I would do that in a heartbeat if we could trade it for a second-round pick and cash considerations.
I trade him for a ball boy.
Hilarious. But Mr. Cool, next game, 31st, Washington Wizards. I do feel like that's a winnable game. We just got to stop the Chris Middleton show against us, and I think we'll be fine because we know Chris Middleton is going to come out and try to do his thing. If he's under control, we should have a comfortable win, I think.
I think so, too. We'll get that win and keep this streak going. We got a winning streak going.
Right, let's go. All right, Mr. Cool. Appreciate you tapping in, sir. All right, Mr. Cool, go. The living legend in the building. Shout out to Mr. Cool. And shout out to friends and family. We got 2 in a row. Let me tap out Brandon real quick before I get up out of here. Brandon, what's good?
What up? I'm chill right now. So,
Wait, wait, when did I going into the new year? Hey, we we needed it
Right.
going into the new year. Going into 2020,
Mm-hmm.
we need the right direction.
Right.
So I agree with the trade proposal.
Okay.
Why not get Doc out of here? Go to Cleveland again. He only got superstar Donovan Mitchell.
Mm-hmm.
So we could give Kenny Atkinson a
Right.
new threat. Let alone we get home coaching staff.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that might be a good trade. What we're gonna get though? I would give up Doc and God consideration. And then some players that just mentioned,
Mm-hmm.
I agree. I agree. But we're gonna see what happens.
Right.
So New Year's game,
New Year's Eve. New Year's Eve, we play the Washington Wizards. We hopefully we should get that win. We playing at home at Fiserv. We got momentum with a 2-game winning streak. So I'm expecting us to play lights out against the Wizards at home and end the year on a 3-game winning streak. That's the plan for the Milwaukee Bucks. And we speaking it into existence.
I agree. And
All right, Brandon.
no problem. I'm gonna I'm gonna be out on New Year.
Okay.
So I'm gonna see if I got in or not.
All right.
So you the Buck Nation family friend. Back Nation as well. Happy New Year.
All right,
Let's
Brandon.
go Buck.
Happy New Year, brother.
No problem. Let's go Buck. Let's take a game on. Hopefully 28 win streak to close out the year.
Right.
And Boston, Happy New Year to y'all.
We
Too.
don't even. We can't even talk about no Boston, brother. We can't bring
No,
Boston
I
up.
think no trade. No trade. Happy New Year to y'all. I see y'all next year. So I love y'all. I see y'all Wednesday. I will try to see how I can tap in. I will try my best. So I love y'all. Happy New Year. I see y'all on Wednesday.
All right, bro. All right, Brandon.
All right.
Shout out to Brandon. Yeah, y'all. We on a 2-game winning streak. Let's go. We got game 3 on the 31st. I will be at that game. So y'all give me some time to get home and get situated. So it'll probably be closer to 10:30. I'm gonna have to get my daughter situated. So just give me some time to come home and get it popping. It ain't gonna be too long. I know it's New Year's Eve. We gonna chop it up for good 30, maybe about an hour, just to chop it up. If you can, and then we gonna celebrate that third win going into the new year, and with a healthy Giannis. Team playing better, Bobby looking well, and if we do that trade, I'm not against it. But my only concern is that Darius Garland his body's made out of toothpicks. That's my only concern. So let's see what happens. If y'all hear anything, y'all know the tabs is always open for the comment section. Please put any information y'all find out in the chat underneath this video. If y'all hear anything about any trades, y'all know how to contact me. I'm very intrigued that the Bucks would be that bold to make that type of move. I think you have to when you have Giannis playing at this level. You gotta take chances. You have to dare to be great. Again, you have to dare to be great. I'm Amber. This is Amber's Logic, Milwaukee Bucks trades, rumors, and news live edition, where we just got done discussing the Bucks' second win in a row by defeating the Charlotte Hornets, 123-113 in Charlotte. Well, everyone played well for the most part. Shout out to the Bucks. Shout out to the queens of the chat. I saw y'all in here dropping all types of jewels in the chat. Shout out to Patricia. Shout out to Mia Kim. Shout out to Boy Bobby. Shout out to Janet MOC. I saw all of y'all up in here getting active in the chat. Always want to shout out to Queens and Robert Walker Murphy. What's good, ma'am? I see you in the chat as well. Man, I got to always show respect to the Queens in the chat. They always active. Appreciate y'all in there. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all. Amtrax, I see you in the chat as well. Make sure I shout it out everybody before we get out of here. Daddy Commander, what's good? Can we not be hyped and charged after this win, friends and family? Can we not be hyped and charged? Shout out Pronte, what's good? All right, y'all. We back in a couple days. Comment, like, subscribe, and share the most electrifying content on YouTube. We move the needle here on Bucks Talk. Y'all know what it is. Go.